What do babies and ADHD kids all have in common? Well, from the parent's perspective, your pediatrician told you that your baby would just grow out of colic. But here's what they're not telling you. They don't just grow out of colic, they grow into other challenges. Yes, I said that correct. The endless crying, the back arching, the sleepless nights. They aren't just a phase that magically disappeared. They're warning signs from your baby's nervous system that something deeper is actually happening. Another thing that we see every week in this practice is that parents come in with 7-year-olds struggling with sensory issues, ADHD, or anxiety. And when we dig a little bit deeper into their case history, there it is. They were a colicky baby. The same stress that caused colic 3 months old is now causing meltdowns in a 7-year-old. The label changes, but the problem never left. It just went dormant. In the next few minutes, you will discover why birth interventions create nearly all colic cases, how the vagus nerve controls everything from digestion to development, why babies arch their backs. Hint, it's not gas. The exact progress from colic to childhood chronic issues, and how to finally help your baby heal today. Let's take Leon's story. Before chiropractic care, he was the definition of a colicky baby. Reflux, couldn't sleep, constantly irritable, stiff, and arching. He would not stop crying, nonstop, regardless of any car ride or any approach that his mom took. His mom felt completely overwhelmed and helpless. First time mom, colicky baby, recipe for a disaster. But here's what Leon's case history revealed even further, is that he also had a kidney condition that doctors were monitoring for surgery. After addressing the nervous system stress, not only did his colic disappear, but his kidneys started to heal on their own without intervention. His mom says everyone comments at how happy he seems. I got so lucky with an easy baby. But yet she always tells them, well, you should have seen him before chiropractic care. He was a very different baby. Even his doctors were shocked when his kidneys improved function without intervention. When the nervous system is regulated and balanced properly, the body will heal itself. So let's get to this root cause. Let's dig a little bit deeper. Most people think colic is just a digestive issue, right? Gas, indigestion, food sensitivities. They're accurate, but not complete. The digestive system is completely under the control of the nervous system. Think of the nervous system as your baby's air traffic controller. It coordinates every function inside the body. When that controller gets stressed, everything starts to back up. The vagus nerve is the master controller. It's the master nerve that travels from the brainstem way up here all the way through the neck, controlling the esophagus, the stomach, and the intestines. When birth trauma stresses this nerve, digestion literally gets stuck from within. Now, that's what we need to change, is the world of colic that really is what it is. It's stuck. Baby gets stuck in the birth canal. Stress gets stuck in the nervous system. Digestion gets stuck. Your baby stays stuck in distress. Now, birth trauma is the hidden trigger that no doctor is discussing. In my practice, I noticed that nearly 100% of colicky babies have experienced a birth intervention, whether a C-section, forceps, vacuum extraction, or inductions. These interventions create physical stress on the neck and the upper regions of this area, and the vagus nerve is where it originates. However, before birth, stress starts building. The umbilical cord acts as a power cord. It transfers mom's stress directly to baby's developing nervous system. If mom felt anxious or stressed during pregnancy, baby's nervous system was already on high alert. The physical tension from birth gets stuck specifically in two regions, the upper neck area and the middle back between the shoulder blades. That's why colicky babies arch their back and stiffen their necks. They're literally trying to stretch out the tension just like you or I would do after sitting at a desk all day. Your baby is signaling through their body language that the problem isn't in their stomach. It's in their spine and in their nervous system. Remember, their spine is designed to protect the delicate infrastructure of that nervous system, and those nerves exit each vertebral segment. The perfect storm timeline that you really should be aware of is a pretty important part. The progression that we see over time: colic from 0 to 6 months, chronic ear infections from 6 to 18 months, speech delays from 18 to 36 months, sensory processing disturbances 3 to 5 years, ADHD and anxiety from 5 to 10 years. Each stage involves the same stuck stress pattern on their nervous system. It just shows up differently in a child's development. The colic never went away. It just transformed into a different expression. All those antibiotics that you use for ear infections destroy the gut even more, while steroids and nebulizers amp up the nervous system stress even more because they're stimulants. Now you have a child heading towards emotional dysregulation and behavioral challenges. Trying therapy without addressing the nervous system is like pushing a car with the parking brake on. You might see a little movement the harder you push, but you're working against the fundamental block, which are the brakes. Your baby doesn't need more labels, and they definitely don't need more medications. They need their nervous system to shift from stressed to balanced. When you help release that stuck tension from birth, babies like Leon transform. They go from crying constantly to being content and happy. The easier we address it and the earlier we address it, the faster they heal. And that's the beauty of neuroplasticity in infants. You've already tried everything else if you're watching this video. Now it's time to address the real root cause. Click on the link below in our bio, comment, or send us a DM to schedule your baby's neurological evaluation with me, Dr. Tim Nickel, at Maximize Chiropractic in West Sacramento. Your child is not broken, they're just stuck. And we know exactly how to help them get unstuck. Hope, answers, and help. That's what your family deserves.